Is Claudia Sheinbaum intentionally poking the bear in Washington, or is she playing a high-stakes game of geopolitical chess that could fundamentally alter the relationship between the United States and Mexico? This isn't just about soccer, it's a direct challenge to the status quo at a time when tensions with Iran are boiling over. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in US politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and allows us to keep bringing you these deep dives into the stories the mainstream media often ignores. President Claudia Sheinbaum made waves this Monday during her regular press conference when she officially confirmed that Mexico would host the Iranian FIFA World Cup team. Let's be clear about the context here. Mexico is a co-host for the upcoming World Cup, and while hosting national teams is usually a standard procedure of international sporting events, doing so for Iran, specifically, in the current climate, is anything but standard. We are looking at a period where international tensions are heightened, and the US government maintains a firm stance regarding Iran's geopolitical maneuvers. By extending this invitation and confirming the logistics of their stay despite the ongoing warlike climate involving Tehran, Sheinbaum is stepping into a minefield of diplomatic scrutiny. The development is striking because of the timing. Mexico has been walking a tightrope with the United States regarding immigration, trade, and border security. To pull a move that could be perceived by Washington as a provocation or at the very least, a lack of alignment with U.S. foreign policy suggests that the Sheinbaum administration is looking to carve out a more independent, and perhaps more defiant, path on the global stage. What does this mean for the future? First, it puts the U.S. State Department in an incredibly awkward position. How can Washington continue to emphasize a united front against Iranian influence while a primary trading partner and neighbor opens the red carpet for them? It creates a friction point that wasn't there before. Furthermore, this opens the door to intense debate about sovereignty. Sheinbaum is signaling that Mexico will decide its own diplomatic and sporting partners regardless of the discomfort it might cause the occupant of the White House. However, we have to look at the potential fallout. If this leads to increased surveillance or tighter border restrictions from the U.S., the economic cost to Mexico could be significant. Is the symbolic gesture of hosting a team worth the risk of damaging the most important economic relationship in the hemisphere? Or is this merely a populist play intended to appeal to a domestic base that values a strong Mexico that stands up to northern neighbors? We've seen other Latin American leaders attempt this strategy, and the results have been historically mixed. The security logistics alone are going to be a nightmare. Hosting a national team from a country that is currently a central player in global conflicts means that security, protests, and intelligence gathering will be front and center. You can bet that intelligence agencies in the U.S. are already looking at this with a magnifying glass. They will be watching every member of that delegation with extreme scrutiny, which could lead to complications at the border that neither Mexico nor Iran expected. Ultimately, this move reflects a shifting world order where countries are increasingly willing to prioritize their own specific interests over the regional consensus dictated by Washington. Whether this is a strategic success or a massive diplomatic blunder remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, the eyes of the world are now fixed on how the U.S. will react to this breach of their expected geopolitical bubble. So what do you think about this? Was this a calculated power play by Sheinbaum, or is it a short-sighted decision that will backfire on her administration? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one, and I want to know where you stand on this development. The world is watching, and the landscape is shifting. Stay tuned as we continue to track how this unfolding situation develops and what it means for the security and politics of the Americas. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.